Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Habitat Now. My name is Danielle Riley. I'm the part of the volunteer services team here. And I'm really pleased to welcome Mr. Dave Elston with us today. He is a longtime volunteer with us since 2008, so going on 15 years here. He is one of our very valued volunteers. He holds the role of house leader. We have a lot of different volunteer roles here at Habitat, and the house leader is certainly one of the central key roles, a central part of what we do here. And so we're just really happy to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you and good morning.
Good morning. So, how did you initially get involved with Habitat?
I initially got involved with Habitat way back in September 2008. I had retired from the military in 2006, and so I wanted something to do with my weekends. And I had thought about it for a couple of years, and I thought, well, I just need to go do it. And so I made a phone call, found out where there was a build going on. Started down in Ora Vista, down on 14th Street and Vineyard.
Okay.
And I mentored under house leader Richard High. And I was like a fish out of water, more mechanically inclined, so I didn't know the difference between a double top plate or a cow corner, but I traded my time and effort for the experience and the education, and so that's how I started out.
That's amazing, and I still don't know the difference between a cow corner.
I'll teach you on the next job.
Awesome, thank you. So you've been now with us for many years, taking on this role of house leader. How long have you been a house leader now?
I've forgotten that exactly. I started as team leader in training.
Okay.
I did that for a couple of years, and because of my military background, they asked me to be a team leader. And once I learned a few things, and they taught me, it was easy to lead people. I'm very comfortable in front of a large group of people. And,
right.
So I was a team leader for quite a number of years. And then one day, Maricela and David, who were the volunteer coordinators at that time, came to me and said, "You know what, David, we need a house leader on the west side." And I was like, "I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that." And but they promised me. They said, "We will make sure you're successmade." And so with the green shirts and a lot of help from them, by the way, and my hat's off to them, they've made me successful and made our team successful.
Yeah, I think we all work together and recognize, what we bring to the table, identifying the skills that people have. And so now you're taking on that role a lot, is identifying skills that other future team leaders in training want to get involved. So.
It's a lot of fun. I've been involved in training most of my life, especially with the military and stuff. So training came natural, and I love teaching people. We get volunteers every week, some that have never even held a hammer before. I'm like a pitching coach in that regard. I watch their body mechanism, and I have to go over and help them out and teach them how to swing hammers sometimes. Right. And that's a lot of fun. And it's just great interacting with the volunteers that come out every weekend. And then once I retired from my civilian job back in 2020, I was able to not only work Saturdays, but now I also work during the week, 1 or 2 days a week with the weekday regulars. And they're a neat group of people to work with. But I believe in the mission, and I'm loyal to the mission. And so that's what keeps me going.
So what would you like people to know about your experience here, or anything you'd like to share?
Well, my experience here is just working with a variety of people over the years. Every week we work with a different group of people on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's corporations that come out with their employees. Sometimes it's church groups, general volunteers, and then working with the employees of Habitat. I think everybody here is committed to what they do. They're committed to providing affordable housing, homes for people in need. That's the other thing too. I get to work with some phenomenal families. That's the other thing that keeps me coming back, is working with the families, and they're out there putting sweat equity in and working alongside of us. And that's really cool. I mean, it's really fun getting to work with different people all the time. I said it at the dedication recently that, imagine you come into work and you've got a team here that works with you all week. And then you come back next Monday and it's a whole different group.
Yeah.
And yet that's the miracle of Habitat, is that going through that transition and that rotation, so to speak, of people, and yet we were able to build quality homes for people.
Yeah. I think at this last dedication, we were saying we had 472 volunteers partner with you on this particular home and partner with the family. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool to see the community really come together to build a home and take ownership of providing those kind of safe environments for families.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we get people from all walks of life, you know, that come out and give of their time and of their effort. Again, we've worked with families from all over the world. We built a home for a family out in Avondale who was from Iraq. We've built a home for family for people from Ethiopia, all around the world. And that experience has, you know, again, been helpful in the respect that you get to learn how they lived in their country sometimes. Mm-hmm. And you get to learn some of their customs too. And that's been really cool. Mm-hmm. But again, I just think that my experience with working with the families is one, it helps create the community. When we did Oro Vista and also when we did Avondale, we did like 32 homes in the same area. Mm-hmm. Everyone had a vested interest. Each neighbor was working with each neighbor on their homes, and they had a vested interest in making sure that, hey, we're going to take care of this property.
Yeah, we're
going
building
to
a community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was part of the build where we built the out in Avondale, where we built one of the first community parks in collaboration with Kaboom, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah. Getting to put everything together, all the playground equipment and stuff for all the kids that are going to live in that neighborhood. And that's the other thing is, like the house we just finished, there were 3 houses in a row. So prior to us building those 3 houses, you know, I believe what changed is by us building those 3 houses is now, if I remember correctly, there's 8 children now on that block. Mm-hmm. You know, so it brings the children together and creating a community. So that's what it's about for me as far as working with the families. And at the end of the day, and at the dedication is, you see the smile on their faces. Mm-hmm. That's my paycheck.
Yeah, it's such a privilege to walk alongside them and be there.
Yep.
And get those keys. Well, and thank you, Dave, for coming out today, speaking a little bit about your experience. If you are interested to work alongside Dave,
come on out.
Yeah, come to check out our website at habitatcaz.org. Go on our socials, learn about what we do, and get involved. We'd love to have you out. Thanks so much.
Thanks.